Next, let's solve the problem based on the standard deviation. So we have already seen the formula. How does the standard deviation work? What is the formula for the standard deviation for group data as well as the ungrouped data? Remember, for discrete and continuous, you have the same formula. Now I have given the two options in the formula. You can use any of these, whichever you feel comfortable, you can use it, right? So let's take one simple data. I have assumed that 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. This is the data they have given, and they ask you to find out the standard deviation. They have asked you to find out the standard deviation. Now, which type of data is it? By seeing the data, you would have understood that this is the ungrouped data, right? So what is the formula for standard deviation? So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the formula for the standard deviation. So you can see that the standard deviation formula for the ungrouped data, what I have given is summation x minus x bar the whole square divided by n, right? Also, I have also given the standard deviation of summation x square by n minus summation x by n the whole square. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can use it, not an issue. It's going to be the same answer. If you're using this, you're going to find the mean, and you know very well what is the mean formula. X bar in the ungrouped data, summation x by n. If you're using this, you don't have to find the mean, directly you can do it. So let's see that how to do it. So whatever the value they have given, as usual, we are going to assume that as x. So what is going to happen? 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. And then if I add this, I will be getting summation x, right, which is nothing but 10, 20, 30. So which is nothing but 30. So 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is equal to basically 5. So let me just write over here, which is nothing but 30 divided by 5. So basically you are getting 6. X bar as a 6. Now if I use this particular formula, first I'm going to show you using this, and then I will show you this. Both the formulas I'll show you. Whichever you feel comfortable, you do it. X minus x bar I want, which is square. So this is your x, and x bar is nothing but 6. So can I find x minus x bar and the whole square? So what is going to happen? 2 minus 6, which is nothing but minus 4, and minus 4 square is nothing but 16 plus 16. 4 minus 6, 2, 2 square is 4. 6 minus 6, 0. 8 minus 2, 2 square is 4. And then 4 square is 16. So if you add this, you will be getting summation x minus x bar the whole square, which is nothing but 20 plus 20, 40. So I can directly substitute over here. Square root of 40 divided by n is nothing but 5, and I think I can cancel this 8. So square root of 8 I will be getting, find out 2 point something you will be getting, which is nothing but let's take 82, right? This is how you can do the standard deviation using this normal formula. Now what if I want to use this formula? How do you do that? Very simple. You want summation x square here. Summation x already you have here, right? So you just want x square. So can we find the x square? 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36, 8 square is 64, and 10 square is 100. Just add this, you will be getting summation x square, right? So 200, 220. So 220 you will be getting here. Substitute this. Summation x square is nothing but 220 divided by 5 minus summation x is how much? 30. So 30 divided by 5 the whole square. Now can we substitute this? Remember, summation x square means we have to find out the x square column and then add all the values. Summation x whole square means whatever the x value total that we have to square it. Now try finding this. 220 by 5 minus 30 square by 5. So I can cancel this. 6 square is nothing but 30, and similarly I can cancel this also. So 4 ja and 4 ja, 44 minus 36. So 44 minus 36 is nothing but square root of 8. Of course it's the same value, so you are going to get 2.82, right? So whichever formula you use, no matter what, whichever you feel easy, that formula you can use, and the answer will be remaining same, right? So this is about standard deviation of ungrouped data. Now, whenever there is standard deviation, there is a small term called variance. Variance, that also very often they ask you, what is the variance? Now I have not given the formula for it, so let me just give you the formula. Variance is very simple. Standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance. So this is the relation between standard deviation and variance. You always have to remember standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance, which means if they have asked you to find out a variance, what do you have to do? Can I square both the side? So can I write standard deviation square is equal to variance, right? So you have to just remember that standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance. In case if they given variance, you just have to find the square root, which will give you the standard deviation. Now standard deviation I want variance. What I have to do? So in that condition, just I will square this 2.82 the whole square, right? That is going to be your standard deviation, variance, sorry, right? So please remember this relation. Whichever method you do, whether whichever data it is, whether it is group data, ungrouped data, discrete continuous, doesn't matter. This relation is always satisfied. Just remember one small thing, that is standard deviation is equal to square root of variance, right? So this is about the standard deviation based on the ungrouped data. So pause the video, make a note of it. Next, let's talk about the standard deviation problem under the group data. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use the standard deviation for the continuous data directly, where you can easily understand for the discrete as well. Now, one more small thing I would like to add on it. Some people, if you're comfortable to write, use the shortcut method, where you can convert the x into u and then you can do it. You can always do that particular thing, where you remember how to convert the x into u, right? Take a middle value, x minus a will become a u, right? So if you are comfortable enough to do that particular thing, you can easily convert that and you can do it. That is called shortcut method. In during the mean, I have already taught you. Same thing you have to do it here, just the formula will remains. The formula will change basically, everything remains the same, right? So let's take one data. Class interval they have given and the frequency they have given. So what I'm going to write is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. So this is the class interval I'm taking, and let's take frequency, some random frequency I'm taking, right? Which if you add, you will be getting n. So 4 plus 7, 11, 11 plus 7, which is nothing but 18, right? Now, in this type of class interval, this is the exclusive class interval, so directly you can do it. In place of exclusive, you can have inclusive class interval, which you know very well how to convert from inclusive to exclusive. You might also have the open-end classes, where instead of frequency, they would have given you the cumulative frequency, which you have to convert it. So please be careful while solving the problem, because the conversion thing remains same for all the methods. Only if you're finding mean, the formula will be different. If you're finding the standard deviation, formula will be different, but the conversion method is same for everything, right? Now, how do we find this? First, let's write the formula. So always, whenever you do, I suggest that you write down the formula. So I'm going to use this x minus x bar the whole square divided by n. Right? If you're comfortable enough to use this, you can use. Otherwise, you can also use this particular formula, which is very simple, summation fx square by n minus summation fx by n the whole square. No matter what formula you use, you're going to find the approximate same tables. So you need x bar. To find x bar, first you need x. Now what is x? Whenever the class interval is given, it is a midpoint, right? So x is nothing but midpoint. Okay. Suppose if it is discrete data, directly x and f you would have given, and you can continue from here. Whenever there is a continuous data given, one extra step you have to do, which is nothing but x. So 0 and 10, what is the midpoint? What is the midpoint formula? Midpoint formula is nothing but lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So 0 plus 10 divided by 2, which is nothing but 5. So in between, I am just giving you all the time this formula as well as the correction factor formula, so that if you keep on writing these formulas, what will happen is you will have a practice. And when they ask you for 1 marker question now, you should not be confused. That's the motive. Each and every time I am just giving you this particular formula, nothing else. Okay. Now, what is the midpoint over here? 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45. Now, if you have to find mean, what is the mean formula? So x bar in continuous data, I am going to use summation fx by n. I'm using direct method because I don't want to make people confused using shortcut methods and all. Though if you are comfortable, please use it. I do not have any problem. In fact, no teacher will have a problem. But I would suggest go for a shortcut direct method. It will be easy because you have to remember the less formulas, right? Because nobody will specifically ask you have to use shortcut method or step deviation method in this first view. Okay. Now, of course, you are going to find fx, f into x, right? Correct. So f into x will be what? 5 2s are 10, 15 5s are 75, then 7 into 25 is nothing but 175, 35 into 10 is 3 is nothing but 105, and 45. So if I add this, I will be getting summation fx, and already I have. So can I substitute there and find the mean? Of course. Once you get the mean, can I find one column, that is x minus x bar the whole square, which is x already you have, x bar already you will have over there. Subtract and square it, so you will get one answer, right? Now next column, what do we need? F into x minus x bar. So can I multiply whatever the value you get from here with frequency, isn't it? And this is what you are looking for. So whatever value you get here, which is nothing but 5 minus whatever you subtract, square it, all the value will be positive. That you should multiply with frequency, which will give you the summation f into x minus x bar the whole square, which you can directly substitute over here, divide by n. N is how much? 18. Right? That's it. So standard deviation is very easy concept. There is nothing much to worry about it. Now some people want to use this. What are you going to do? Very simple. Fx total already you have. Only what you need is fx square total. So just find out one column over here, x square, and x square into f you multiply and write out here fx square. That's all. No need to find these two columns if you're using this formula. That's it. Suppose somebody want to use shortcut method. Now what you want to do? The shortcut method formula remains the same. Since it's a continuous data, what will happen is summation fu square by n minus summation fu by n the whole square. And what is your u? U is nothing but x minus a by c. So from x you select anything, this as a, and find out u value over here. So let me just find u here. So what will happen? 25 minus 25 is minus 20 divided by c. C is how much? 10. So it will become minus 2. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So it is always like this. Once you obtain the u, you know very well how to do it. First find out the u square. You can find out the u square column, which u square can be multiplied with f. So you will be getting fu square. Or u and f you multiply, you will be getting this, which you can substitute over here, right? So no matter what formula you do, the answer you will be getting the same. Now it completely depends on you, whichever you are comfortable, you can use it, right? So this is about the standard deviation. Next, we will move on to the application problem based on the standard deviation, like we have combined standard deviation and so on, right? So pause the video, make a note of it.